The wife was horrified to discover that her husband had suddenly suffered a heart attack and collapsed right on top of her. As she struggled with all her strength to push Jack's body up with her legs, he not only failed to wake up but fell heavily to the ground. At this moment, Jenny's hands were still handcuffed to the headboard, and there was no one left to free her. She immediately shouted for help, but there was no one living anywhere near this villa. Jenny still thought Jack was playing a prank on her and begged him to get up, but when she saw red liquid spreading across the floor, she instantly lost all hope. As night fell and Jenny grew completely exhausted, sudden noises came from the door. Just as she called out with desperate hope, she saw that it was a wild dog that had wandered in, starving, with green light in its eyes. It crept toward Jack's corpse. Jenny immediately realized the danger and shouted fiercely at the dog, but the strong scent of blood tempted it even further, and it began tearing at Jack's arm. In panic, Jenny managed to grab a book and threw it at the dog, but it was useless. Watching the dog refuse to leave, Jenny broke down in tears. But the very next second, Jack suddenly climbed up from the floor. Jenny, filled with hope, hurriedly tried to explain their desperate situation, only to turn and see that Jack's corpse was still lying there. Staring at this bizarre scene, Jenny's mind went completely blank. At that moment, Jack urged her to stay calm, reminding her that now she could only rely on herself. Hearing this, Jenny forced herself to calm down. She scanned the room, and her gaze fell upon the handcuffs. Gritting her teeth, she endured the pain of the scraping metal as she pulled with all her might. After relentless effort, she finally managed to slide one hand free. Once one hand was free, the other was much easier. Jenny immediately pulled hard, breaking off the bedpost, and easily removed the handcuffs. But just as she was about to leave, she glanced back by accident only to find herself still bound to the bed.